Hello everybody, Multiman37 back here with another review, this time of the Deluxe Brake Gunner from Kamen Rider Drive. This is used by one of the antagonists in the series, Machine Chaser, who, spoiler alert, later becomes a good guy. Although I really like Chase's character that they gave him. So it comes with two things, the brake gunner itself and one viral core, the Chaser Bat viral core. So yeah, these are actually the shift car version. Well, basically these are evil versions of shift cars. So this one is the Bat viral core, and what they do in the show is they're also used to revive Roimudes that still have their cores intact. So it would absorb it in here and then revive the Roimude's body. So yeah, take a look at the box, then the viral core, and then the brake gunner. So in front of the box, we got a picture of Machine Chaser right there. Top says Deluxe Brake Gunner. Might as well bring it in here. Warning, braking hazard. This side we have him using it in brake mode, as it says right there. This one it'll have it in gun mode. I really like the design of Machine Chaser, just a bunch of parts stuck it on him. At the top we get the Chaser Cobra and Spider viral cores, which come in the viral core set. Bottom we get Machine Chaser again. And then on the back is everything you're going to do. And this can also be used with shift cars. So anyway. Let's get down to it. So here we have the brake gunner itself. The brake gunner needs to be off right now. Or actually, no, I said we need to start with the viral core. So here we have the Chaser Bat viral core, which is not really necessarily based on any car, but it does look pretty evil. This is based, and I have paint on my fingers from earlier. This is the bad guy's car. It has the standard 4 wheels. Does roll. Then you get the bat on the front with little wings sticking out, and the cockpit back here is painted purple. So it's basically gray, silver paint, and then the cockpit window's purple. And then you get the code on it, which is 019. Now, for shift cars, the lever part was this little bar section. Signal bikes, it's screwed in place. Viral cores, it's molded in, so you can't lift it up and you cannot unscrew it. Well, you could unscrew this and this, but you'd also need to unscrew these two, and it would give you the entire thing. So yeah, and just as a quick demonstration, we will be using this in the drive driver, so thank you. And then bring in the shift brace. I will transform into type speed.
Drive! Type! Speed!
So next, we will insert the Chaser Bat viral core. See what this has to say. And apparently, Beltson deems this too dangerous to work in the drive driver. I guess because it's used by the bad guy, so that makes sense, I guess. So if we hit the button, it'll just tell us that, again, it's too dangerous. You should not be using that in here. So
Nice drive.
Let's try to give you 2 belts on. Thank you for falling over, belts on. However, it does make a sound in the Maha Driver. Mach Driver. Now, if I had Signal Chaser, I would use it in here, but since I don't have Signal Chaser, I'll just use Signal Mach to Henshin. Let's Henshin. Let's switch this out for the Chaser Bat Viral Core. And it actually does recognize this as a Viral Core. And I'll actually say tune, so then it said Chaser Yumiwa, which means Chaser Bow and Arrow. 4 times. And then it said Takusan Chaser Yumiya, which means lots of Chaser Bow and Arrow. So Hisatsu. So that's it out of the Mach Driver. Tsukare to you too. So we're gonna put this back in. Here we have the Brake Gunner in all its glory. This is actually a pretty decent size. It's not as big as the one on the show, but it is pretty well done. I just realized it's... I'm going to lift up the camera a little because you still can't see much of it, so yeah, that should do her. Or not. There we go. So yeah, very nice. It has a lot of detail all throughout this thing. The handle, the front part, there is some, but not that much, but definitely... This thing is full of detail. It takes 2 AAA batteries, speaker down here, on-off switch right here, the release switch for the shift car viral core stuff. So these little 2 antenna here are PVC, and then you do get the Machine Chaser logo on the front, or on the top of the antennae. So done out in like black and purple plastic with silver paint all around, and the only PVC is on the nozzle of the barrel. You get the little trigger right here, and yeah. So next, all we do is turn it on, and then we break your body. That was messed up of me, wasn't it? Don't worry, I'm not gonna break anyone's body. Or will I? Anyway, so from here, to start up the Henshin, all you gotta do is press and hold this button. Get that standby sound. Might I add that that is the coolest Henshin sound I have ever heard. Now, from here, when you pull the trigger, get a gun firing. So when you turn it on, it is already in gun mode. And if you tap the barrel only once without holding it, you'll switch it to brake mode. So this is the melee attack. So this is both used for range and melee attacks, which is actually pretty cool. So you could bash people's heads with this. Although this would, if it hits here, it would switch the sounds. But unless you're hitting it from here, which I don't think you would want to, but still, it's an option. Just don't beat anybody with this. So it does say gun too, and then you're back to gun mode. So if you couldn't tell, oh, thank you, this actually has a reader. So it can read any shift car, any shift car, signal bike, and viral core. So let's just start with the one it came with, Chaser Bat. You get that sound effect, and this would equip Chase with the bow and arrow attachment. So that's your new shooting sound effect, and then when you tap the button once, it will also give you that same sound effect. However, to do the final attack, just hold down the button with the core inside. You'll get execution. And you'll get full break bat. So this can actually read a couple of shift cars and even a couple of signal bikes that I have. First, I'm going to be starting with these in particularly, Flare, Spike, and Shadow. So first, let's use the one that I used in the show, Max Flare. So you can have the lever this way or this way, it doesn't matter, but since in the show he doesn't have the lever up, so neither will I. Get that little sound effect, however, you get a generic sound, but you still get the execution. Now we do eject that. Put that back in the holder. Next up is Funky Spike. Make sure that this is in good focus while I'm at it. Alright, it works. So anyway. So, execution. Might have also used this one in the show, I don't remember. I know he used one of the... I know he used Max Flare and at least 2 out of the first 3 shift cars that Drive had. Here's a little bit... Here's one that definitely sounds a lot creepier in here. Just the name of this alone, coming out of this toy, is a little bit hair-raising, in my opinion. Yeah, apparently it really likes shift cars that sound menacing, so I guess Midnight Shadow and Mad Doctor are the most menacing ones it emphasizes on the most. So that's it. But you're probably wondering, well, what about type change shift cars? All you showed us were tire Kokon cars. Well, I'm the bearer of bad news. Because if you were to use a regular type change shift car, it's not really going to work all that much. It'll say drive system, and it gave you an error noise, so you already know those sound effects, but if I were to hold it down for an execution, It just gives you the blasting sound, and therefore you don't get an execution. Although, I'm guessing that's probably the sound of you blowing up, because you should not be using a type change in here. I didn't mean to set that off. And the same goes for Wild and Technique. However, you can't really put in signal bikes either. So, if I were to put this in here. Well, it did a different sound, but apparently it can't handle any technology of the next system. And Dead Heat and Kiken make the same sound as Signal Mach in this thing, so yeah. But I didn't bother to show those ones up. I guess I'll show you in my sound update video when I actually make that. So overall, this is actually a pretty cool toy, and I do like how menacing it makes your shift cars sound. It's just so fun to mess around. I played with this for like a good 3 hours, I think, to get like the feel of this thing, and it really works. It really does, for me anyway. So yeah, I will see you guys later. Take care. Kamen Rider.